Hey, what's happening? Sorry, I'm not getting full screen recording with this Camtasia suite, so we're just going to have to roll with it. Anyway, I wanted to focus on a couple of things. I went ahead and exported or imported the full Battlefield 1 soundtrack. I got it from, I don't even know where it was from. And I went ahead and broke these down into regions. And you do that by taking the single file and creating your tracks by using your S key to create, different segments by splicing. Control Z to undo that. And then once you create, you want to use snapping with your cursor. You want to create your new sections by doing this. You create one here. Press R to create a new region. Now, since I've already done that, it's not going to allow me to do that. I could do it this way. Create R, and that would add another region. Control Z to undo that. So basically, what I've got here is I've got now, and I used a naming convention, which is very important. So for one, I'm naming these myself. It sounds like a flowing uprising. So I used the number 1 flowing uprising, and I should have used 0. So when you start off, if you have a number of these, use 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. By using 1, 2, 3, 4, it can get a little bit challenging. But basically, after you've got this and you want to render these out, you go to Tools, you go to Scripting, and then you run a batch render. When you run the batch render, here's going to be your default file name, and it's going to be Battlefield 1 soundtrack, etc. But it will not contain Flowing Uprising or the number. But it will contain, in parentheses, the number of tracks that you export. So I exported these as MP3 files at the highest quality. I don't know why these are all checked. Oh, that's why. So just do that. And then you want to make sure you render in regions. And there's a lot of videos out there on YouTube that show people how to do this. I'm not going to go over a lot of this, but basically render regions and you say, okay. The export result is going to be something like this. And then as you can see, I've already started this process and I realized maybe I should share how I'm doing this. You've got Flowing Uprising, Deep. These are the names of the files that are here. But here are the originals, 11, 12, 13, 14. They started off at 0 to 24 when I have 25 tracks. So you got that? Now, the best way to do this is go to Tools, Scripting, and then Export Regions as Subtitles. When you do that, go ahead and change this to a text file. And then what that will do is that will create something like this. Now I've got my start and ends, that gets my lengths, and now I've got all the stuff that I typed in earlier with all of my numbers. The difference being, of course, it starts with 0. These are actually, because I remember I said, when you start this, use 0 as your first number, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be a little bit off, but basically it's a pretty straightforward process. And now this is 11. I know I'm on 12. So I did ambient with certain ending, which is here. Now I'm going to go to ambient, voice ambient, Control C. Come here, click on it, Control V, and now I've got this done. Serious, bum bum bum. I know what that is. You may not. And again, because the numbers are a bit off, Control V, and it's pretty straightforward. It just, man, I'm telling you, it saves a lot of time having to retype all this stuff and figuring it all out again once you've already done it within Vegas. So I hope this was helpful. I know it was helpful for me to kind of figure it out, and that's why I'm sharing it. It's a great workflow thing that you may have to deal with at some point, dealing with Vegas or others. And I tell you, man, Vegas is by far my favorite video editing application. I do professional work, I do semi-professional work, and I do hobby work. So, but I'm telling you, for the professional stuff, I use Vegas more than I use Premiere, and that's just me. So I was grateful to see Vegas 14 come out, even though it's under Magix, but still, any of the other applications, any of the Vegas versions, I think will work. I was very happy with Vegas 10 because it didn't crash on me. Vegas 11, 13, they all had pretty much the same issues. But anyway, I hope this was helpful, and take care.